Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is Delaya from thedelayab.com, where I cover topics on fashion design, style, and personal growth. Today's video is actually part one of a three-part series where I will be making a faux leather jacket. Yes, I am breaking this down into three parts because one, I'm low-key a little bit intimidated to do it, but more importantly, I want to give myself the time to get through it and actually do a good job and not just rush through it. So in this week's video, I'll be sharing the design illustration, how I draw faux leather, and the inspo behind the jacket itself. So first things first, why a faux leather jacket? Faux leather because A, it's cheaper than regular leather and it's less of a, not commitment, but if you were to mess up on a actual leather jacket versus a faux leather jacket, your heart will hurt a little less because once the needle goes through faux leather or leather, either one, you really can't use that piece anymore because the needle or the hole will be there and it will show through. So faux leather, there's just less emotion involved. Also, I had the faux leather in my stash. It is a little bit folded and wrinkled, but again, less of a financial commitment than leather. From there, I'm gonna bring up the obvious. It's Black History Month. Other than the significance of leather during protests and the Black Panthers, which I'll touch on in a minute, I enjoy the creativity of other Black creatives during this month, like them testing boundaries, doing new ideas, just showing the versatility of our people. And I just wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to put my stake in the ground on Black creativity. So in the beginning of the month, I started it off with the DIY graphic hoodie featuring a collage of photos of powerful Black women from different movements, the Civil Rights Movement, the Black Panthers, and BLM, also in the political field. It has a tonal leather embroidery that I DIY'd, so that was like a great way to kick off the month. I followed that up with a cardigan that featured two Black women who created their own space and businesses within this sewing space. So one of them is Mimi G Style and the other one is Tabitha Sewer. Both of them created their own businesses in their own lanes, starting from sewing, and they both serve as an inspiration for what I want to do and what I'm trying to do in this digital space. So I asked myself, how can I end Black History Month on a high note? How can I show off my skill? How can I challenge myself? How can I make the ancestors proud? And the answer was a faux leather jacket. The main design concept was inspired by the Black Panthers and their uniform of the black leather jackets. What I see when I see pictures of them wearing it is power and strength, but also an armor. I also pulled inspiration from my own design concept, I Am a Man, which I'll link to in the description box below. And it basically speaks to the respectability of a Black person's style and what they wear, how you're supposed to act in a certain way and dress in a certain manner to hopefully be perceived as acceptable and safe, but that's not really the case because we can't take off our skin, like our skin is always with us. And that kind of seems to be the problem for some. The leather jacket itself is an oversized jacket. We're not giving too much into the figure of the woman underneath. We're not hugging the curves. We're not checking the waist. So there's that. It's basically a typical motorcycle jacket with the wide lapels and drop shoulders, but it's a little different. So first, the jacket features a double-breasted lapel and what I'm going to call a rain guard on the top right shoulder. Don't know the technical term. I know I should, but hey, it is what it is. These features are more prominent on blazers and trench coats, which are higher end, more respectable pieces of garment. Like they have a pristine finish to them, almost a tailored look. So this goes into the respectability concept. was also inspired by Beyonce, Adidas, and Ivy Park with the convertible jacket. It was a feature that I loved in like I think the November drop. It was just really dope to me. So the jacket breaks away at the waist with the separating zipper, and the sleeves are removable but attached by snaps. So when this style comes to fruition, I will end up with one whole jacket, one whole cropped jacket, one whole vest, and one whole cropped vest, which all sounds super dope, right? So as for the illustration itself and drawing the leather, it was a challenge. Okay. Well, it was a challenge to make the black on black pop and like get the shading correctly. Also, just how the leather naturally falls, like it's stiff, so trying to get that and the body shape correct. Also, a few of my markers decided to run out of ink as I was drawing, so that in itself proved its own problem. I used only 3 different shades of cool gray, and I'll link to everything I used in the description box below. But the most important part was being intentional and mindful of where I left the white space. That's something I never really did before, but white is kind of pretty crucial, pretty important in leather. Overall, it didn't come out that bad. I'm fine with it. I think next time I just would want the lines to be smoother and not as blotchy, and that of course comes with practice and, you know, just trying to draw leather correctly more. If you like this video and you want to see more drawings, you can check out this video on the top right hand corner. It is the I Am a Man illustration and that whole design concept. To see how this leather jacket comes out and to see if it comes out how it's supposed to, you can subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when that video drops. Until next time guys, stay safe and keep designing your best life. Bye!